plans and how are you celebrating the Valentine's Day with your family, friends, and your love? Becca Solutions, in collaboration with Sammy Flex TV, has done it again. It is the Vows Day special in Dubai with Sammy Flex. Coming this 9th to 16th of February 2023. With a lot of experience on the desert safari, Dubai Front, Atlantic's Water Park, Dubai City Tour, party in the club, and after the the yacht party. Now for your yes, also the romantic dinner party. No, so package when you know, yeah, 13,000 Ghana cedis. So person new will be each dime back one. Nasa one person would die 14,500 Ghana cedi. Pick your phone, call us and book us now on 0243 514 732 or +971 559 494 061. Habibi, have fun with love.
Me did the young antechua and maybe I'm discover for Europe. I come a bush for Ghana. No, me use tap send. No fee mobile money transfer. Eye easy, eye convenient, eye fast, and sounds so free. Woo, she. Me discover ye map him. Tap send. Intienne. Also download the tap send app. No, ever mobile phone so free. Na first ka come abusuya for Ghana for na nyina. Tap send. Papa no.
Everybody check now. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. For check it. Green select glucometer. Check it. Push sugar level for check it. For check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Emre tudo nani etina ka mu kwantin akotonyo mabegu ye shop mu se ubenya ni nyina ofako enno so ya asem foforo owo so to mfa sika swane ne mpatamu anase achimota la pass ekosi nsawam. Jimmy Dale is your one-stop shop distribution for wholesale and retailers. Safa drinks, insure, enyane, anasa ade bia wo pebia. So ukoton kwa dia enye bebia wo se wutumwa eye Jimmy Dale. You can locate Jimmy Dale Ventures at Giga Junction inside Soto or call us now on 0208-920-996. Jimmy Dale Ventures, the official sponsor for Sammy Flex TV.
Time up for us to do your favorite online discussion program, that is Showbiz Daily, here on Sammy Flex TV. And I have my people, everyone is ready for us to do our thing. Thursday, everyone is getting ready for the weekend tomorrow. All things being equal, come your way with a live edition of Showbiz Daily, and I know it is going to be another interesting one. When we get opportunity to sit like this, it is always fun, exciting, education, and more information. So join us today, just 2 hours of your time or maybe less, and we will be done giving you happenings in our showbiz space here in Ghana. Now, yesterday I saw you guys were really having a good time on the show. Some people were throwing bombs, shades here and there. Chemo has been advising you to follow the community guidelines, but you people won't follow the community guidelines. You just want to shade, and people were shading. Hey, if you guys shade and we also get you here and we give it to you, don't cry. We got everybody and his time. Me, my time is here. Your time is there, but take your time in shading. Yeah. But well, it's all good. It's all part of the game, and we understand it as such. We take it in good faith, no anger at all. but make sure that you are also fine. We hope that you are also not angry. So let me introduce my people. So we start running. Extreme left in Team Dodo Solomon, and in Team Dodo Solomon is a digital content strategist, also online manager at Flex Entertainment Limited. Chamo, some guys called you today. They want to do some distribution.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I told them you give them red card, so please send them your red card, quick one. Other people no. And then Chamo, they want review rate.
And no,
review them. Oh, they are chop crash. Yeah, so just contact. But results is what is important. That's what people don't know. Yeah. I know of our friend B. Do it this way, do it this way, do it this way. So after another $1,000 going right there, now he runs back to Chebo. Oh, I'm out for sorting. Anyways, don't go and lose money before you start running to us. And you know one thing that hurts me too. You meet some people and brother Sammy, I want you to help me to do this promotion. Go for this and your more wasting comes. What the heck? You go somewhere, you waste your money. Now you are running back to maybe this guy there. Brother Sammy, can we and now me bad charity. Bad charity foundation. Hey, also pay bills. What? Think twice and come through. They have no idea about them. All right, so Abbas is also here. Abbas, I always forget your company's name.
The company is Elevate.
Elevate.
Yes, Elevate.
I have a game on my phone called Elevate Crowd. So why do I forget? It's actually not a game. It's them brain game song where you always have to be solving problems, answering questions. Yeah, it's also called Elevate. Pressure. So Abbas is the CEO of Elevate Incorporation.
No, see, Elevate Limited.
Elevate Limited. He's also a marketing person, talent manager, and one of the hottest plugs in Ghana when it comes to our showbiz space. Roland Amate is also event publicist. He's also one of our pundits and a talent manager here on the show as a pundit as well. And to those behind the scenes, digital Rasta is called Currency, who is on camera. Richie Flex is the editor director of the show, and I also have Emmanuel Lapiji as the producer, and Gideon Neelam Tessin, who is our creative director. Now we have just some one or two topics to look at, and we are going to be fine. I know we are going to be fine. Let's talk music. Let's start with music. Yeah, and let's go abroad. Let's go abroad. Let's see how best we can learn what they are doing there and bring same to our motherland and see how best we can also make money. Maybe Chemo will surely start this for me because of the nature of the topic.
Yep.
Dr. Dre is in the news, and after reading the story, I only said to myself, when I see good things, I want my Ghanaian artists to also enjoy some. Especially when I see artists building mansions, I want every musician. I know Chemo will laugh. I want every musician in Ghana to also build a mansion, so that at least we can say Ghanaian musicians are rich. That is what I've been looking for. Therefore, when you see me chasing all the good things I brought to my Ghana, don't be mad. I know my Nigerian brothers, they hate that. When they see me chasing all the good things from abroad to my Ghanaian artist, they go like, and that Mumu guy, 70-year-old man. 70 years old man. Okay, so a story on True News Report. Obviously, it's a story that we are all happy about. It was published today, that is 12 January 2023, sorry. And it says, Dr. Dre is close to finalizing a deal to sell his music for $200 million. And even here, it's not all his songs, so it's not everything music he's done, like portions of it. And it says it is going for 200 million. Other sources even say it is likely to be bigger than this. And the story, maybe I can read portions of it to you. It says, Dr. Dre, the music producer and rapper, is allegedly close to finalizing a deal to sell the rights to some of his earnings and master recordings, and underline some of his earnings and master recordings for more than $200 million. Now, according to Billboard, the music tycoon is close to selling part of his music holdings in 2 separate transactions, one with Shamrock Holdings and the other with Universal Music Group. Drill may sell his artist earnings from 2 of his solo albums, his part of NWA artist royalties, plus his producer royalties and the writer's portion of tracks where he does not hold publication rights in the Shamrock contract. According to the terms of the Universal contract, Drill will sell the master recording of his debut solo album, The Chronic, as well as his part of certain Kendrick Lamar tracks. According to Billboard, these deals are primarily passive revenue sources worth roughly $10 million per year, and he's not selling his ownership share in this record company Aftermath. Insiders also told TMZ that the actual selling price is tens of millions of dollars higher than the $200 million figure Billboard is even reporting. And it says, it continues like that, but I'm sure what we are looking for, we have gotten it so far. And when I saw that, I said, oh, then I started picturing someone like Obrafo. I started picturing someone like, say, Lord Kenya, Zap Mallet Dems, Apietus, JQ, Hammer. In fact, Hammer, I've even seen a post from Hammer today who is telling us that, I'm sure he's seen this story. Hammer has seen the Dr. Dre story. And just today, he also posted that he's thinking about the comeback, the second comeback. And he's played some beats, showing all his boys, the last 2 boys, who are almost all of them successful. And this is the question I'm asking. They can sell it there at that amount. Can we also sell it with even a lesser amount? Maybe not $200 million. Chabu, yes,
it will be difficult, but people like Shatawale, Sarkodie, Stonebwoy, and Co may get something like that. And it's because
it will be difficult for the
old
the veteran musicians.
For the veteran musicians.
Why will it be difficult?
Because
this is another veteran musician selling. Yeah.
Because we can track his record, his earnings. So those who are coming for it, the investors, people who are willing to buy it, can project how much they will make from it if they pay that money. And that's how the negotiation goes. So if we, like right now, you say, okay, somebody wants to buy Hammer's production and his right. How is the person going to quantify his earnings per year? Or even let's call Hammer and ask him if he can tell how much he makes per year with his royalties and music. It will be difficult for him. So that's where the problem is. For our people, it's difficult to track it. But for them, it's so easy. So the investor can easily say, no, when I do my projection, like even in the story, they said that he makes about $10 million a year. So simple. And not even all his royalties or the source of revenue. And some part. So they can easily estimate and then make projections. And if he needs money right now, then somebody will give it. Because we know how much he will make in the next 10 years or 20 years. So the investor may not even have direct money, but he can go and convince his friends, Charlie, this is your pension pay. Let's give him this money. We will make the money in, let's say, the next 10 years or 20 years. And you'll be okay. At that time, you'll be on retirement and you'll be making that money. So you can use that thing to convince people to bring the money. But in our case, no. Like, can Obrafo tell us, even as at now, how much he makes every year from music? That's where the problem is. The record keeping that we have is not good. Like, people like Shatawale can, unofficial conversation can tell you that, oh, at this point, I make, let's say, $10,000 a month from my online streaming. So somebody can project and say, okay, if Shatta is making $10,000 a month, or let's say $1 million a year, then why can't I give Shatawale, let's say, $50 million and own that song for the next 50 years? So that with time, the person will also recoup his investment and even make profit. So the problem with that is just the records. And some of our people, they are not willing to even disclose. So the investor will not give money if he doesn't know where the money is coming from and how he can even maximize the kind of records that you have. That's our problem. For them, they don't have that thing. The records is straight. I mean, there are people there keeping records of everything, finances, and even the streaming, where it is coming from. When they have a spark, they know that okay, now he's making more from here. Let's push things there and all that. And in our system, we don't have it, and our people are not even ready to disclose. If you ask them when you go for a show, how much do they pay you? They won't say it. Or at the end of the year, you went around, you played a lot of shows and all that. How much did you make in music? Even in Shalaba Kojo, who is even fronting things, may even have he will have difficulty in disclosing that kind of thing. And that's where our problem is. So I will encourage our people to start documenting things, trying to be transparent when it comes to how they earn money. And some investors may be convinced and give them good money for what they have worked for.
I see. Abbas, you can continue from there. Let me also ask whether you think it is possible in our scheme of things here in Ghana. Because, I'm looking at Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre is selling his catalog because of where he's got into in his music career.
Yes.
This is where he cannot be actively involved in music, but he has a catalog, a rich one, as a producer, as a songwriter. So in Ghana, we have some people like that. Actively, they will not be able to do more music like, so like mention like say Kodwentri and Co. Like look at their catalog. Kodwentri,
Lumba and Champon and Co.
So what you said that our people, because the veterans, because of record, they cannot say, is Lumba part of it?
Yes. Lumba is just recently that they are even putting his song like official channel for him on online, YouTube, Spotify, and all those things. They just started it. So some people, in fact, a lot of people have been
made
yes. So they are all part of it. All the old musicians. I mean, somebody like this man that I work, Oboba J. Adovo. Yes, it's only when we started documenting it, that's where we were able to get some good money for him. When we started putting his thing online, we were putting everything there. That's where we noticed that some people are using his copyright without anything. That's why we were able to do that. So until you put certain things in place, how are you even going to argue that it's for you? When you don't have any proper records online to argue from that standpoint, before you even come out with original copies and other stuff, you should have something online to start to start with. So our people, that's the problem. But I'm saying that the current one may be able to get it because for them, like Stonebwoy, he has signed with a record label, and through them he can get a deal. So he can get the records from them, show it to an investor that this is what I've been doing. In fact, this is how much I make in a year. But I can't be active as I used to, and I need money now. So give me $10 million and take the thing. And the person may be convinced because now he knows where the money is coming from, and he may also make his money when he makes projection like 20 years. So that's how it is done. That's why even somebody like that Lumba will suffer.
Yes. I see. Abbas, sorry. So you can start afresh.
So you should start from where you stop. I think it's possible. It's visible because it's a creative content. And no creative content go on expire. I say it's the people that are behind it that are expiring. He just said something, and there's a good example as a footnote that I can start from. Because he's saying that, okay, Adolfo.
Yeah, Oboba J.
Adolfo. Yeah. So say he's leaving now.
for
the past 30 years or 40 years of its life, he's not able to make anything out of his content. Yes. But within 2 years or 1 year, you're able to know that the money you're able to place is work. So if they started positioning themselves in that way, so I start with my first point, understanding of the business, and all the business round, the legal part of it is also part of the business. And you see, understanding the business is also knowing what's your role in part of the business and positioning yourself as such. We always say that people here are greedy. That's why they don't understand the business, because somebody will not want to open up to Chamo, myself, or yourself to come in to help them. So why will you make that money? You won't. Even if I have a fair idea that somebody is cheating you, why should I come help you make money? Because at the end of the day, when I share with you, how much is mine in it? Maybe Dr. Dre, you are saying 200 million, 400 million, 500 million. Maybe, but what actually going to his own personal pocket? Maybe 100 million. Everybody will eat. The lawyer will eat. The guys with him will eat. The marketing person, the A&R person will eat. If I'm surviving on you, will you die? You won't die. Imagine Kodwantri right now, at his age, he has opened DL radio. He's playing the records to the head. I've sat, Daddy Lumba, yes. I've sat in a vehicle throughout drivers. They play. I have nice idea. I tell myself, I won't even waste my time to call anybody and share with them. He should die with his own music. I'll die with my own idea.
I don't get it. Why you think what they are doing is not workable?
No, what he's doing is workable per now. But if you want a longevity, you can't run certain things on certain things. Like the way we all started, we say, look, if you are going to run a school in this country that we know, you can't do free education. It's either there's a foundation, there's a system, there's something. Back it up. If you don't know and you don't ask anybody, and I know you per record, and I know people like you, the way they think and the way they behave, that even if I come and share my idea and you like it and you take it, you say, oh, you already have it in your head. So me, I won't benefit anything. For what do you not now? Say, me family child wait to and
if I found doc no my pocket team is
we chuck our own way. My second point, positioning. Is when you position yourself proper. And the Nigerians are picking our although you although this although that, and they are using. On the list, I have VVIP. There's a lot of way. Look, VVIP to a lot of people may be legend, maybe they are not playing records, but they could do the same thing. Open this record. Look, do just something. Do you get me?
Re-recording.
One is re-recording. Two, what do we call it? Self-franchise.
Streamlining everything.
Streamlining everything. Yeah. There are some parts me cousin say number for me to me. So Zio there, you know me. Maybe on my nice day, I'll call Zio and see if he dash me some $100. Then I share some of the idea. And say, "Listen, me will buy me feeding." Yeah. That's a real Chinese aqua. Not come aqua do no, you're fine. There be do you get me?
Yeah.
But if somebody like VVIP or VIP, when they enter Nigeria, I'm telling you, all their squad will be okay, because there are certain materials that they have that the people of that country still cherish. Okay. And there are people who are willing to do business with it, because back to back. I've been to some of their studio in their country, listen to certain things that they record. You could know that this is the person that inspires them. Imagine saying if I need DSL who the whiskey be fa nafa konko kakrabra and now the obey bia no me was say wom when the anypan onye obey then focus. We did Paimoka at 20. If I tell you the things that the Paimoka at 20 is supposed to be launching, like the Obrafo, the artist Obrafo in 2023 is not what we are seeing now. Any artist Obo show weekend. Any artist Obo show end of year. And we can relaunch that for all these old Adovo, because it's a system that we can go through. On a proper time, talk to Mr. Folsom. We'll share some glimpse with you. But you see, not focusing on who you be as a musician, let somebody focus on his marketing, let somebody focus on investment. That's what cost all this. Because at the end of the day, I'm not sure, and I can't sit here and say that is Dr. Dre, he alone, as an artist, wake up and is getting this whole deal for himself.
Not at all.
The Super Bowl thing he did he perform alone?
No.
Did he do it alone? No, he added others to him. So you can't work alone. And you and your couple of 3 guys that tickle your fantasy cannot work alone. Brasami. So focus. Keep your focus. Oh, me, Tony. Say na me. Wait to me, say, wait to me, say, wait to me, say, wait to me. There are a couple of things that are around artists that we can do. And these are knowledge. They are knowledge or history. Because they see they've done this thing for a number of years and we need them. And so there's a lot of things we could learn. And the way they used to write their lyrics then, their beats then, varies from now. And as I say, there's nothing now. Oh, yes, it's here. So you better copy the style, the things very well in such a way that Obi better me as okay. Set away, akwa we ye and kamisu me find you kakrasi and sana me find you kakrasi and sana me find you kakrasi. Ebebua. Do you get me? And no na Emma Then the next point is rebranding. Majority of them feel like they are dead. Yeah, Papa, your friend is saying, the old man touring a whole Europe and everything. Ebo Taylor. He's doing fantastic job. And a lot of them, so meaning, Brasami, Yechim Band, Dana.
Ghana,
Yechim Band.
Yechim Band.
Band.
What's our next topic?
Because you go for my bonum like olden days, Cantata Muni, Wemununa. We work in Kofokra working with jesters, comedian. Like Shatawale bet to me a show the whole Africa the only comedian baku kaun only presenter baku kaun only bandsman e kaun ni yeko but say I mean person mean can some parts be I go say the band selection no more than the tom people
be a fine
because artists cannot wake up and say okay today I'm going into this stream. Because those days, Miss Wakrano, they are where I lead artists like your Suma Okrobisu, your Bosho, Newtown, Accra, to me, proper tour, Accra.
Yeah.
From Kolegono, your Baba Sotum for Sotum, your Baba say, Abbas, come prepare him. Why do we have road managers? Why do we have managers? Why do they have PR? Those times, you bought posters. So those times, you bought posters, a poster. It is, you see, Shatawale di. 13 days, 10 days aboshua is a year old trick, you know. Community, no ghettos, no. Or no, because say walk ground. Because Ufre Suleiman and say, see, you know all the people you need to tap. Until me catch yourself, me one crofwa. Because you need to recruit or tell somebody. But me, I recruit directly. Meaning, my dabraka, meaning my friend, obella bibia. Minima dear my friend or line bibia so to minimsa kwawe dear my friend or line obia me friend we are so we line up but people don't want to rebrand themselves reposition themselves do something your friend will be bandana or ba shatawale wanyeyi it doesn't kill you
but anye dinin ko asana money
no say me kasa rebranding brother me say see yen knowledge ni kwasa o nti o kana de omuti ase a no mati ase de omuti ase no ma be hwe de aka no
but if you are here you share what they have to learn
no I'm sharing what they have to learn
exactly that's what I'm saying
okay so in the rebranding position when you position yourself rebranding first of all you need to understand there's one of the things Shatawale did that everybody can do is community-based engagement. You can never ever say any Nima guy would die for Shatawale, any Zongo guy would die for Shatawale, any Kolegono person would die for Shatawale, any ghetto person would die for Shatawale. Understand your brand and position it as such. So you need to have community engagement. So if you're an artist that only baby potent, for example, Udinika Akwawe Tintin we are born your friends say who is the community of here? From for social media for from conform officer no more there.
So you think that if they're able to do all these things, then they will be able to sell their catalog?
Yes. What is keeping
who? Sell to who?
To an investor, which the business manager will go and look for and bring. People like me, that's what we do. But that's talent. My identify will be a need. Why the catcher say to me bother the Lumba new work game? Why the catcher say World Cup ayakoi? Yen to me enye World Cup gamer Ghana match no yebebo Ghanaian no. But how would they select your song, not this person's song? Yebo Ghana match, yebo game mu pa. Now we say Nigeria new yebo share here. That's a maybe with it.
Someone should do the moves.
But yeah, they tell. And I may say, being artist and you label like records and numuna autunum. You know you're in time or you're in first. Yeah, be. Westlife. Omunumba. Minimum tunum. But me tia me to me try a whole book of tongue. It was school.
Music in words.
Now go for G fine girls no muji a million family. Wherever we never scanning and we hear me. Me di nyabi na me di sorti me ho am okay. Nti me ton exercise book. Obi akobri ka me tronum. Me bona me tie me tronum. That's how I get into the entire business. So who tell you that we can't write a whole Daddy Lumba book?
Okay.
Ni chapter to chapter and go for muntia say fun all those things.
The meanings,
everything, the memes, the our gesture. Me see, I grew up in a Muslim polygamous home. We ain't account for, but that's how I related to tree. Me mami ba ko afa nyum me mami ba ko so afa nyum no. Obi ati omo ya so mdwesu but kura ne de. Omo twi.
Okay. Thank you. So Abbas thinks that it's possible if only we can go through the steps that he just showed us, going through rebranding, making sure we are being focused with what our trade is. He doesn't want every musician to miss their position with other positions. No, Abbas doesn't agree to that. And he thinks if we do that, we'll be able to sell our works to the people out there. Do you also see a possibility here? Like Gray is cashing in. Shout out to Derek Money. Cash, or is it cashing out?
We are
cashing out.
Yes, I mean, it is possible, but you see, all things being equal, it will take about 3 or 4 of our next generation to reach this level.
Is it the amount level you're talking about, or the act?
The act.
Oh, how?
Oh, you see, this act comes with lots of understanding. It entails a lot too. It is not just about waking up to say that I own this water, so I want to sell. You see, the understanding of our music business is growing, and gradually we are being exposed to so many things and each exposure comes with its demand. So you recently you could have given Burna Boy any stage and he would have played. But even today, one of the highest stages with its logistics and all that is still not satisfactory to somebody like Burna Boy. You understand? And these are processes in the growth. Not long ago, almost all our top music producers knew nothing about split sheet.
That is also true.
Until now.
Not very long ago.
Exactly. And if you say you want to put up this act or you want to get yourself involved in something like this, you should not be ignorant about a split sheet, what a split sheet is. Because it will come down to who even owns the last detail of it. So Dr. Dre is selling his catalog, but technically it is Dr. Dre and others selling their catalog.
But this story means that what they are selling are like his
part of
the part. So
exactly. You see,
that's why they said the ones he does not own the right.
Yes,
they are not going to sell those ones.
They are going to exempt it. That's what I'm saying. It is the understanding of all these technicalities, because yes, that is what you will be able to differentiate what is yours and what is not yours.
I agree.
Because even in our system, things are so mixed up. Hey, let me give you this example. Somebody samples another person's song, maybe uses a catchphrase or maybe a melody in, let's say I'm a young act and I want to use a melody in one of that Lumber's popular song. And or a legend's popular song, let me use it that way. And you want to just go and seek permission or right from the owner. You go and they tell you, oh, Sena nyom musician a producer media. The song actually belongs to this. The song actually belongs to that person.
In fact, sometimes by the time you even get there, they also picked the lines from
somewhere without any proper documentation or data collection. it will be very difficult. And if you should check our system now, it is just a handful who have proper documentation, and even that oneself, it is just about should I say a decade? Yes, for the past 10 years. That is where we've been learning to have proper documentation in terms of documenting and even keeping data of the things we do. It is just the last 10 years, so let's not go into 20 years. We will miss. Because if you should even take even the hip lifers, take their catalogs and check their technicalities, the technicalities involved in the things they do, you realize that most of them win them offside through VAR, I bet you be. So when I hear people saying, "Oh, this generation there, they are not creative. They like sampling other people's songs." Oh, I find it very funny.
Very laughable.
Oh, laughable. Go and check the high life for ne. Those people. No disrespect to anybody, but then it has been a practice. Yeah, modifying. Yeah, share the quote. Yeah, about the time. Yeah, about the product. Yeah. It is still the same thing, but the upgrade of it or the understanding of it is what we. And if you should check the growth. It is just for the past 10 years. And you start saying your documentary and how many years will it take?
So if you have been able to do this for the past 10 years, why do you still think it will be possible for our generation to do it?
So
less two generations.
So even with the documentation from the last 10 years, you realize that majority of the people are still not involved and even do not understand the documentation and the record keeping of the things they do. If not, for the past 10 years, and you have failed a year documented somebody like Daddy Lumber's catalog. And you have failed a year upload it to online. And can you have you? And can you have failed a chemo ko ebe documented or boba the adofomu catalog or online? And you have failed because you see the transitioning from the
CD
old school Apawa to cassette to CD and all that is forms of documentation. And if you should ask these people, you see all those records in that transitioning, they have all of them. They have all of them
in hard copies.
In hard copies, and even without the hard copy, whenever they are transitioning from one section to the other, they are able. There's that smooth transition. So even songs that were found on the Apawano are now being uploaded online. Any system that comes, okay, sisi a cassette na waso. In the same nyom shada ke mumpoa, ye be make sure say cassette abaso ni ge, ni nyina be ko cassette so. So go and check their catalog and you realize that even songs that were made originally that were not uploaded on cassette have cassette, your friend is saying, editions. Even songs that were originally uploaded on cassette, the moment internet came, grind, all of them have been uploaded. But we are now doing the manual way of doing things. Because so even that oneself, it is a individual. Wow, what no? And I obey. So one hey, it is very difficult for. See, do you know how many people are going through hell convincing veterans to upload their stars online?
And they are not doing that.
And they are oh, it's internet for radio. Okoya, you be do what them, and Okoya, be easy, and Okoya.
That I read a story from
but could be crass or my man or mine. I didn't think I mentioned me.
That I read a story from a match today who said that to him, if he had also seen social media earlier, like he will be making some big money.
Yeah.
But he thinks his people, the people who are doing music now, are seeing good money because they have social media.
Yeah.
Daddy Lumba, even after his, it is not even after his things were uploaded online. After he personally got the understanding of how social media works, even small parts in Impono. Now, in his conversation, he would not speak for even 5 minutes without mentioning social media. To the extent that when he was on stage with his colleague, he was preaching not for people to go and listen to their songs, for people to go on TikTok.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes. So it is even the understanding of it individually, because we can be music marketers, music producers, understand the business side of music and its possibilities to whatever level. But if the person doesn't allow you or even doesn't understand, it will be difficult. Hey, we have so many people who are music distributors or music business people who have approached these guys to say, oh, we see these possibilities, have given them roadmaps even as to how to make it a success. And he can give you the go ahead. Okay, let's do it. But along the line, forgetting that because he is the principal and he holds about 50% of that promotional plan, if he should exempt himself, he makes everything door. Their business for door. And because he is not involved,
because he calls the shop.
Exactly. He will just relax. And if at the end of the day the business people finds difficult in making the returns out of it, you get it. So with all things being equal and the way we are doing our things, I believe we can also involve ourselves in this act. It will take about 2 generations, because this generation actually are being exposed more. So when it gets to the next generation and the next, this generation will be able to make that first move of selling their catalog, which will push the other generation behind to also follow suit. You understand? Because yes, we know Dr. Dre and the likes. It is not only Dr. Dre that is selling his catalog.
Yeah, I think I saw another story.
This has been a practice. I have seen this for the past 5 years or so. And it wasn't like that back then. It wasn't so huge back then. But they've also upgraded to the understanding of the music business to a certain level. So it is like that. Your level, the level of your industry will determine the things you do. Okay. Yes, it is possible for us, but not now. Even if we want people to get involved, the people who even have the understanding of the internet and the music business in terms of online self are not ready or do not have that rich catalog to even sell. Because if Stonebwoy, Sarkodie, Sammy, Shatawale them wants to sell their catalog now, in fact, they wouldn't get the price they deserve. That is it. They wouldn't get. It will take them into the next 2 generations for them to have that value to be able to do that act.
Well, we also want our people to get there. We want our people to cash in. We want our people to make the money. So just as my pundits have said, take a cue from it, make some moves, and let's see how best we can make money. Now, Abbas, earlier you were talking about bands, and I was telling you that looks like the band culture in Ghana is not strong. And so in the middle of your conversation, when you mentioned, I said, okay, we will surely come there.
Yeah.
Now, if I ask you to mention some bands you know, maybe on top of your head, you can mention the Fra Band.
Yes.
They're about to do their concerts at the Alliance Française, I think 21st January. The band Fra, yeah, they're about to do their anniversary concert. No, okay, the concert, not anniversary concert. On January 21st at the Alliance Française. You can mention the guys who went to Europe with Sun Trophy. You can mention Sun Trophy Band. Which one again can you guys mention?
Kwapa Band.
Kwampa. Do they do only the traditional thing, or they also do popular?
The traditional.
They are known for traditional.
So would they qualify for the discussion we want to have?
Yes, they would. It is a band.
They have their own albums and things?
Yes, they have their own catalogs.
I see. Who again can you mention?
We have the Army Band, the Police Band. We have Characters Band. We have Patch Band.
Patch B
Band.
For them,
But you know
it's
they
not for commercial
some
purpose
band
like
in
that.
Yamanuka from the military, you know.
But you're moving.
But for them, it's not for commercial purpose.
No. Take the police band and military band out. So we are looking at bandsmen who can say we are going to record a song, who can say we are going on a tour, who can say we have an album to do. Those things are the ones I'm looking for. Not birthday and a year say kind of bands.
Okay, so it's those Kwampa lipstick band.
Yeah, lipstick band.
Lipstick band. That's all female band.
Yeah.
We have the characters band.
Okay.
We have the Ni one man band.
Yeah.
We have Niyama one man band.
Hey. Okay.
Then we have Patch Bay band. We have those days Asamoah used to also have a band.
Yeah, the Asa band.
The Asa band.
I don't know if they are still
we
active.
have the Crate band.
Is it still there?
No, yeah. It's still a brand.
No, the Crate is still a brand, but the band.
The band is.
Yeah, Nini Paniwo, but
there is no band. There is no band. I beg you.
Yeah, and a couple of them. I can't know all the bands in Ghana.
City Boys band is still alive.
Black Chinese.
Yes, headed by Oboba.
Okay, so I think Abbas, you've done well in Chin band. Yeah, another solid band. Yes, you have been able to give us some list. But how active are they compared to the days of old when we had the Marriott? But like when you hear Marriott band, like there is a complete showdown. Yeah, complete showdown. They have albums. They have their own singles that were popular.
I think the like of Santrophy characters and a couple are also living to their own thing. And one or two.
All these bands you have mentioned, do they have their own songs?
Yes.
Because that is the kind of culture. You see, that's the kind of culture I'm talking about.
Many years ago, we had bands, popular ones with their own songs.
Yes.
They were having hit songs like you hear.
I think Amapino,
Ramblers.
Yes.
For instance,
there is this gentleman in London. Amapino. He did that song with a band.
Yeah. Some of them.
Wulome, they also a band. Yeah. Wulome.
So do we have such band with influence now?
Razami, we don't have it. That's the truth. Because you see this.
And what's the problem? What's the problem?
Obia person than a superstar. That's the problem.
Obia,
the lead singer in it. There's this guy. I always say to him, I've said to him severally that you are a bandsman. You are not a star on your own. Kweku Afro or something like that.
Kweku Afro, yes.
Kweku Afro and the second guy. There's another guy too. Chenyum is also a band guy. These two, look, let them get a band. Let's set a band like the way the Santrophia. Look, they will fly everywhere.
And there's one guy, Sicho.
Yeah, I know Sicho too.
Sicho is also a very good band.
Lipstick band are educated girls who they know music, they study music, but they are together. Mimi, their lead figure is solid. Yeah, John so Obia person understand. You could actually do a record with these people, and we'll get that feeling, we'll get that competition, we'll get that move, that energy, and those are the things that the Santrophy are doing, that they are moving everywhere. And at the end of the day, all of you will end very well. Musicians are a band is the musicians who. We are performing artists in conform with the microphone and Mikey is here. On Ukraine in a person enjoy. So right now, Benna Boy will say, me and my band. Why is he saying the band?
The outsiders
they
band. They
complete him as a musician. And they that if you weak, the stems can play for him.
The outsiders band.
Other Nigeria no nyasa plugins ni amano say akwewe ni secret ni na. No be walk on him voice. E wo band mu on him voice exactly the way you rehearse. No, what otunum no crash asema wo. Wa bre baby a se satana wale abre kwa na jena stage a obi bo nechi.
Yeah.
Until I make catch say Kelvin Boy could have helped Stonebwoy very well. as a bandman. Kevin Boy is also one good bandsman. On your correct bander or best shiny.
For some time he's not even performing to bands.
He should, because that's how he starts, and he's good for that. He could rival anybody across the world, and proper musician across the globe. Especially there's the Japanese squad that they are very popular. If it's not Japan, they will be
K-pop people.
Yeah, the Korean hip hop.
Hey, I saw some performance. I was minted your mukan, but I was say go me like. This is performance completely. Wow. And the band was playing for the people. Like Sena Shatawale Bedi, Aman Kofona Bonu, Nadidia Bedi, says your bandsmen no, on drum, no winning audience. Now audience are singing the band song back to back. Those days Wulomo Omunum back to back. Go for the tunum, Obo Ramblers, said the Mama Bray BBC.
Skeletons.
Dark Suburb.
Ramblers. They have their own songs too.
Yeah.
The ones I don't know their name. One of their popular songs was "This Akuma Edenzumna Yetimidiatna" or they Akuma Ejo. They were also a popular band doing their own songs. Like they had albums.
And that's what I'm talking about now.
And even with Oboba J Adolfo, City Boys. That's what until he went on retirement. Yeah. He was never a solo guy.
He was recording with them all the time.
Bands. Yeah.
Plus, I mean, that's why we are struggling in our ecosystem. And I mean, person go for tia says, and you go for boom some kwan a pay live band and no pen you manager. I saw the kwam to be Bob band money ye. I know, look, because I'm me from I don't know how people get it, but I love music. I'm from a music.
The band thing is always at the spot. That's why he's saying that.
Do you get it? Do you get it? But sank over me my cockrasi or course anya man or to show no to any soft drink bini bibi.
No akotie
nyum no enjoy nyum no. Omo ba omo kwa record. Omo kra omo friend is CD ni sa na record. No ma play no mo bo. Wa catch you say tie wese no. Utie nyuma utie nyansa. Utie nyuma wo nyansa. Like you listen to some of their thing, the Bob Bra Emani ye. But nowadays, utie nyuma I want to be fan Bob Hute. And I mean, it also help our ecosystem. Imagine Shatawale is with 12 people, Stonebwoy with 12 people, Sarkodie with 12 people. No more back to back. Do you know how many homes are sorted?
But I think Sarkodie has been doing well with the band thing. He has been even traveling with some of them.
So Stonebwoy is also big band. But how active are they with you? That be our Kobiano. There's no American artist that you call to come to your town. Now, your fool says, Benna Boy charges with the band and he charges properly. I've commissioned Efia before. Efia.
No tenor.
That she demanded good sum of money for a band, and I was really happy. Correct proper na chichen back obia will be okay, no money efe. But how do we unim say tete no bands for no kwa omunya fans che obia obi bob band or to me the fag girl obi nya band ti me nya obi nya band or to me nya baby papa film, and they go on a proper road show tour any nyama omo ba okroma omo to adwane ma omo to adwane to bibia ima bibia ye omo ba mokroma mo hotel ayema omo ba mokroma. There's progress in your town.
Economic activity.
And I don't know how we are getting it wrong recently.
So you think it is selfishness?
No, I feel like I don't know. Say omo feel say omo kwan most of the time the people that sings, that leads feels that omo
band no
omo the shiny bad no internet is I share nyum to maybe I buy beside the first question sana open person obi ahumi person obi anyese me say person obi abehu understanding with lyrics, you know. And obi say okay strategy no yenko TikTok yenko tinabra sami show no na me popular. That's your focus. And you say when you're popular bioma what happens? And never say my janyum no into now in kofo bebre or my janyum or yenyum 5 years wajai or yenyum 1 year In Conforce, you'll be I'll blow this year. I'll blow you till thy kingdom come.
One hit wonder.
Roland, continue from there. Still about bands. I know you have been dealing with a couple of them.
Oh yeah. In fact, I still have it registered. I was.
Oh yeah, I just remember that your thing.
The band awards.
The band awards.
Yes. I still have it. I still have it, and I'll do it. In
fact, you've registered it.
Oh yes, I've registered.
And you are fighting with money. The consultant for the award scheme.
No, I'm not fighting with him because you don't know the structure in which I would want to run my own.
He is a consultant.
So
regardless of
so now I'm happy for this topic. I even did not remember you had this award scheme in mind. So now that they are not being active, so how are you even going to get people to reward?
So this is it. In fact, the inspiration even started from the brass band thing. You know, not long ago we've had a huge number of brass band springing up, and it is out of the successes of some ones in the system, which is encouraging other people. So I realized that okay, if a solo artist can boast of, okay, I've gone to play shows, or in my music career, aside being paid, I also have plaques, citations, awards to show, and even records of it on the internet to show. At least, even if I am not there, some of these things are all money in the near future. People sell their plaques, people sell their citations, awards, and all these things to museums for documentations and all that. So it dawned on me that okay. And I realized that even with our major music award schemes, people who usually call themselves the bandsmen or even the background musicians, as it were, are mostly relegated. So you realize the award producer of the year. But meanwhile, the producer employed a whole band to produce a record for somebody. Because there's this guitarist, there's this person, there's this drummer, there's this percussionist that all come together to produce a record. But at the end of the day, all those people are relegated, and the producer actually has a citation or a plaque to show for it, aside the money that everybody is getting. You understand? So in my research, I realized that most of them, we have lots of bands than we even mentioned right now. We have lots of them.
Active bands?
Active, very, very active. But the challenge is that it is the transitioning from one mode to the other that is lacking. So you realize that elsewhere, like the people that we usually copy, people from the West that we usually want to learn from, when they were moving from the bands thing, it wasn't something that the bands were relegated. So you realize that even when somebody belonged to a band and went solo and became very famous, whenever they are performing, you will find the involvement of that same band in 3 out of their 5 performances. You always get some of these things infused in their performance. But what happened to us was the transitioning from the band system to the solo system. Let's not call that solo system a grid system or a greedy system
where everybody
will,
a slot,
where everybody it is natural, it is normal. Even elsewhere, there are so many artists that we can mention that belong to bands and have gone solo. But then the mode or the attitude of not relegating it to the background. So you realize that Blender came to complement Apotoiwa. You understand? Whereby the Apotoiwa in grinding. So
only in the cities though.
So that's what I'm saying. So it doesn't mean that the moment you get a blender, you should throw Apotoiwa away, because that Apotoiwa can also be used as a bowl for you to eat from it. You understand? But with us, it is that same scenario. We realize that okay, in going solo, then I don't need the band again.
They should just be there.
Whilst I go alone. Exactly. So that has been the attitude. That is what I realized. So you realize that most of the bands around are mostly very strong, very active,
but they don't have songs like the Ramblers band.
Yes, because the focus actually, the people that were supposed to give them shine after getting that recognition relegated them. So you realize that there's a band like Composers, there's the...
And Composers, for instance, they have their own songs.
They have their own songs. You understand? It is because you realize that aside them also keeping up to date or also like making sure they follow what is trending and how to reinvent themselves into the new generation, they also have very popular people who usually collaborate with them in their dealings.
Okay.
So you see a certain Sarkodie performing with Composers, usually. Even today, I saw a tweet from them about them, I think, going on tour with Sarkodie also.
Composers.
Yes,
band.
the Composers band. So you realize that it is a practice that it goes hand in hand. It is an ecosystem. Nifa dry Benkuma dry Nifa kind of thing. Okay. So it is just that the attitude is just, aside everybody wanting that fame for themselves, it is also the attitude of relegating what we have.
We started.
Yes, when we discover something new. That is it. Other than that, there are so many bands in the system and they are doing extremely well. But then, the understanding of also accepting music from bands is also off. So somebody would prefer a song from a solo artist than a band in our modern day. We've what's it?
I disagree.
Well,
if only it is a good song.
It is a good song, of course.
So
of course, but I am saying
it is because it is so obvious that the boys who are doing their solo things, they are being serious at it.
Oh yes,
than the bands.
That's what I'm saying. So it is just that somebody would prefer, because of the input of these two institutions, as in somebody doing a solo project comparing to a band. So if the band is able to hit, of course, people's attention. But in a current state, you realize that the people that have the most spotlight are the people that are going solo. Sure. So you get people even from the band thinking twice about the things that they are doing, unless they are so fulfilled and committed to whatever they are doing and they are getting good returns from it. That is when you realize that, oh, okay, I will still want to play with the band. Other than that, like, you get most of these people from the churches mostly with bands.
If you go abroad, the church players, they are the people controlling the other bands.
All the concerts,
but they don't play gospel everywhere. So in the church, he plays bass as a gospel artist. But after church, he has some gig that he has been doing, which is not gospel.
Yes, they're Shabu boys. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So if it is something that they are doing and they are committed, and they get good returns from you see them still relaxed and maintaining the band system. But if Omunyashia, then there's that edge for them to, okay, let me go solo, get the fame, get the popularity, and maybe I can get the required returns from there. So that's it.
Okay, Chamo, what do you also see?
Yeah.
Why we are not having more active bands in our music industry now?
Yeah, I think now it's difficult to organize bands. It's difficult to keep people in the band, like as a group, take care of them till you hit or you get something out of it. So if you are pushing a lot of money in there and you are not getting any returns, obviously you will let them go. So I think why we are not keeping most of the bands is because of they are not doing music as they used to, coming out with their own albums and stuff, which can be a hit for them to make money. So now most of them is for the occasion that we will call them to come and perform and go. They can just do copyright songs and they are okay. So for that matter, they cannot keep them. You come and play, we give you something and you go. So now it's more like part-time kind of thing, not full-time job. Like when they used to do it, like Oboba Diedovo and then the City Boys people.
They will go on a tour.
They will go on a tour. They stay in one place, do rehearsals every day, like all the time and all that. So for them, that was it. Like, this is what we are into. And now you cannot do that. So that thing will happen. Even with may his soul rest in peace. One of his big songs, I think, the Omamboajo song. He said that it was a rehearsals. They were just doing rehearsals. In fact, he was sitting somewhere, and the way the band was, they were playing, like the way the people were doing their thing. He was there, and he go like, hey, we can do something with this. And then they started composing there, and then he started doing the composition there. No, he got that, and then it was a hit.
Wow.
It wasn't even a planned thing.
Wow.
So yes, the band can exist, but the dynamics and the conditions now will not favor it that much, unless somebody wants to be committed and even waste more to keep it until there's a hit or something to get money from. Yeah, let me disclose this small. I mean, I've been involved with one guy. They are trying to revive gospel musician. He has a lot of hit songs, but when you go online, it's all over the place. Everybody is using some, and like when you even upload it on his
a male artist.
Yeah, a male artist. When you even upload it on his own channel,
copyright arrest.
Yes. they will say it's reused content. He can't use it again. And he was suggesting that he will go to copyright of it. They will write a letter for him and say, Masa, that's not how. Yeah, that's not how you do things here. Oh yes, I bet you. So now they have resolved, like there's some investor who is ready to give him money for them to do a band version of his songs.
Oh, the songs, yeah.
Like they will have a band session, then he will record his songs. So yes, and the guy is ready to pay them per section. When they come, okay, every section I'll pay, let's say 8,000. So they will
every session to come and do the recording.
To come and do the recording, and then they will video, like they will
video documentary. Okay.
Yes, and then put it on his YouTube channel. And the guy is betting his hope that when the thing is on YouTube, it will generate enough money for them to share. And he's even.
Why is the artist that big?
Yeah, the artist is big.
And he has a rich catalog.
Yes, and he's willing to take 60-40 for that. And I was like, wow, this is interesting. If the guy is ready, they are in Kumasi preparing to make it happen. And the guy told me that, so this is it. So how should they go about it in terms of paperwork, internet, how they are going to share the money? So I was advising him how they should go about the whole thing. And I even added something to it that before he does the performance or whatever, they can just let him talk about the song, like what this guy did, Yausapon. And then they will go ahead and do the song. And I'm convinced that it will be a hit. Like, people will love to watch that thing. So it's a good deal. They should go ahead and do it. And they are preparing. So the band now, that's where they will be more valuable. Like, if people can go ahead and do that kind of stuff, do the band version of your songs, like the
perform live with them,
Glit or something, they were doing it in Nigeria, that kind of thing. Yes, individuals can do it, and if somebody has money and can also do a platform like that, he can invite people to come and do it, and then own the rights, because you pay them when they come and do that kind of thing. And I think it will bring money to the system. Yes, and it will bring people money, and the band will be active. People will know that if a studio is calling you for a section, you will make money. So they will be active, and through that, I think some people can even compose a song, and it will be for the band instead of one person. And we can talk of Osibisa, popular band all over the world, playing songs like everywhere that you can imagine. They were there, doing their own thing. Until they died, the band was still in existence. In fact, they will bring in new people, but the core people were always there. until most of them, I think now they have only one person left or something.
One is Teddy.
Teddy was say,
yeah.
And the drama Matthew just died.
Yeah,
not
long ago. Yeah,
yes,
last year.
Yes, Matthew just died, and that's it. And they have been in that for such a long time, and their revenue is still coming.
Wow.
When you upload their song on any platform, YouTube, they will get a claim.
You get a copyright claim,
yes.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. If you have a proper system to document things and streamline things, we are good. So I think the band thing is difficult to keep them now, because now it's difficult, or they don't have proper means to generate income. That's what we are lacking. So if there will be a way for them to generate income just through the band, I think it will come back. Oh, here be a band for Kwame Yeboah.
Yeah, they are also not doing bad.
They are doing well, and he's playing all the festivals and big shows outside and even in Ghana here. That's why it's still going. So if people can emulate something like that and try to be innovative, I think the band will come back. But so far, it's not a good.
So among the new bands, which one is your favorite?
I think I like Chinchim.
Chinchim.
Yes, I like Fra. I also like I've watched Fra perform. Yeah, in Chinchim and Fra, and I like Dark Suburb too.
Dark Suburb.
Yeah.
Okay. Next week. Kwampa.
Yes, and I think a lot of those boys also are becoming Shabu boys too much.
I always want to remember the guys who went to your talk for that Europe tour.
Santrophy.
Do they seem to be the leading band now in Ghana?
Are they even in Ghana? Me, I suspect
they are Ghanaians.
They are Ghanaians, but they are outside.
Oh no, they are here.
They come.
They come.
They are based.
No, Santrophy, they are based here.
They are based in
Ghana.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh okay.
They are based here. Just that they have.
Like I did one project.
They have a very good system that are able to plug them to travel around.
No, they are based here.
But they are based
here. I thought they were out from outside. Like
no.
Ghanaians outside.
Santrophy, they are based here.
They are based here.
Oh,
because I know sometimes they even employ the services of other bands in some of their dealings. So they are based here.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
That's good.
Okay, so next week I'm promising you guys we'll get one of the bands to see how best we can ask them how their industry is faring. Whether the industry is doing well for them or not, because like we have all admitted, we are not seeing their presence. They don't have songs that are banging like it used to be. But even with that, how are they faring? Maybe behind the scenes, they are doing fine and everything is going on well for them. So we'll find out how it is going when we get them next week. We can move on now to the next story. This is still Showbiz Daily here on Sammy Flex TV. And of course, we are running it down with Intimidori Solomon as Chemo, Abbas, Muiz, and I also have Roland Amate here in the cut. Now, let's move on to the next business. And here, I want us to look at our skit makers. Not long ago, I think we did some analysis, we did some comparison with their works when it comes to what they are putting out, the materials or the content they are putting out to the international market. And we did our Nigerian counterparts. And all analysis proved that, yeah, the guys from Nigeria, they had some good content. They were ruling when it comes to what it is online. Here in Ghana, you can talk about the Akan skit makers, and you can also talk about the English skit makers. Where the Akan skit makers, you can mention names like Dr. Laiki. I saw of Acrobato also started something like that.
Yeah, Acrobato,
yes.
All of them, they are in.
Yes, they are. They were not doing. They were not doing bad at all.
Yeah.
And the English one, you can talk about Henry. Jeffrey Naughty. You can talk about Comedian Worries. You can talk about MJ
the comedian.
They are like known stand-up comedians, but they have also branched into the skit making, doing so well. At the moment, let me give shout-outs to Bombo, Ras Bombo also. Pastor with dreadlocks.
Yeah, Pastor with dreadlocks.
He's also a fantastic guy. And let's also give shout-outs to Bismarck the Joke.
Yeah.
He's also not doing bad. Yes. Bismarck the Joke is also not doing bad with his skits.
Rasbombo is a slim guy.
Yes.
He's a pastor?
No, that's how he's called. Pastor with dreadlocks.
Oh, okay.
Skit.
Yeah, that is his character.
So yeah, okay, I didn't see me because I've seen the guy.
Yeah. Pastor with dreadlocks. He's also not doing bad. I have one content that I want us to watch, and after watching it, I know we've been watching some other people. We have not been, as a matter of fact, we've not been seeing all of them at a time. But sometimes you walk out and you go and appear, you go and see one, you walk out, you go and see one. How are they faring now? Let's watch this one, made by comedian Warris, and when we come back, we find out if our people are really now on the chase, if they are doing so well. I even saw someone elsewhere wrote that, oh, now the Nigerians cry, their content is really dying out. But Charlie, they have numbers, so if I see their numbers on Facebook, millions,
300 millions.
Even on YouTube, check Archangel Comedy.
I'm not seeing more on YouTube, but especially Facebook. Millions. Hi.
They have it. They have the numbers.
Well, let's watch this one. Comedian Warris. When I come back, we have a discussion.
I'll miss you.
I'll miss you too.
I came with a car. I parked over there.
Don't worry.
I wanted to take you home, but I'm going to a different direction.
Don't worry. I have my car over there.
Oh.
It's just right behind us, so don't worry.
You came with a car, eh? Oh, okay.
Don't worry, okay.
I love you.
Love you too. Take care.
Okay, you too. Boss, mo fa Musuku Junction.
Hey! I paid for two.
Hey!
How is your car?
Hey! My car is...
It's where?
Hey!
Huh? Hey! Where's your car?
You too, where's your car?
Cabin. Cabin.
Yeah.
I've gotten fault to be.
What to be? To the car I was talking about is carrot.
Boys can lie. Boys can lie.
Just can lie. So do you still love me?
Love you for what?
Hey.
You don't even have a car.
Do you have a car?
Do you have a car? Boy.
All right, so something coming from someone that I cherish so much. I love his work. He has been working hard, as a matter of fact, comedian Warris. And I'm asking, are we now on the chase? This is just one of them. There are more. Maybe we found this okay to play because of copyright issues. But the rest, we have been watching them and we see what they do. Are we now on the chase? Abbas, you're on the mic, so I'm sure you can continue from there.
Masami, my worry is actually the entire ecosystem. The other ecosystem that we are comparing ourselves to is not even only Nigeria. They are the majority now, even the Americans and the South Africans and all the stuff. Now we are all in the space. I don't want us to say, like, okay, for the benefit of numbers, these people have numbers more than us or not. But you watch the way everybody approach content creating, and you can know very well that this is not one man, one camera business anymore. Then again, the skit industry is also an industry, or is part of the larger movie making industry. Kofi Asamo started something with our Fair Patri and Co. During those times when they started, there were people like that who started in Nigeria. They've not stopped up to now.
Okay, I think now I get your point.
They are on that road.
So the actors should not be the content providers themselves.
Sometimes.
When Kofi produced production, now you promote, you share, you push, you feel like you've contributed your part as a marketer. The producer have contributed, the camera guy have contributed, and co and co and co. Proper nafty production. About thing. Do you get me? Eddie Jeffrey Norty, when you watch his production, you to know so will be a true to, will be a true script, will be a follow up. And you me there, say me papa acrobato. or better than a skit maker. You know
Why?
because he's a filmmaker. He's an actor solid. Like the way
Skit is
RMD moves as an actor. Richard Mofeda Major moves as an actor in the mainstream Hollywood. Come and support his son and go back. It's not like everyday thing for him. Kanayo, come and support his daughter, Ada Jesus. Do something. He go back. There's this legend Yoruba actor. He's also huge. He's a Yoruba actor. His name have escaped me, but I remember, then I'll share. He also comes to do a skit with the people, then go back. And now their Yoruba movie industry is running. Their Igbo movie industry is running. Their Nollywood proper is running. The Hausa movie industry is also running proper. And the skit comedy industry is also running. When there's an award, they award the skit maker, they award the stand-up comedy maker, they award so and so. You are allowed to help each other to hold on to whatever you are doing. But here it looks like, I don't know, I want to pick one word so I won't be offensive. We look like what is trendy is what we glue at. You drop one near drop near call. And now what pays us at a particular time, no, that's what we glue to. Then when we glue to it, you break one near call. You get me? Nayako. I won't be too happy to watch, say, Akobeto Ajay serious acting, full movie and all those stuff. Then say the skit in Kwanoye. Then me watch it will be say Lewin Wajay acting, send Oye the series back to back, Oye film or pes. No Wajay.
But if it is paying them well, what will be your issue?
That's I mean, you see, that's what a lot of people don't get. Keeping an ecosystem is not only about what pays you now, but what sustains all of us. That's one of the things I think Kofi Asamoah forgets and say, okay, film no pays me as a person, and all those social media stuff that I do pay me as a person than doing the whatever of Calibos. So my guy.
Adventures of Calibos.
Then to what extent?
No, Adventures of Calibos is for Calibos.
So Kofi Asamoah was called
Boys Casa.
Oh yeah, it's true.
So after the break, then Calibos started Adventures of
Calibos. That's true.
Kofi Asamoah's own was Boys Casa.
But Razami, do you get me? And those times, movie was actually paying than the skit. But imagine they have actually kept their momentum till now. They will make more money now as skit makers than the filmmakers.
Yeah, for sure.
And they would also be able to keep that industry. And he and himself, we no muye. I like the way Likey came in. Likey came in very clean and very smooth. He cleaned himself as a filmmaker and came into the skit world. And the skit he does, the reason why I follow skit not just because I want to laugh. There's an education I want to get at the end of the day. And Likely give me most of them. Like the way some of the Nigerian actors give me. There's a skit I watch. I don't know the name of the person, but the story, the reason has kept in my head. He's a Nigerian skit maker. He make a skit on a story about having a lot of hair. There are people that normal, like that's the way God created them. They are very hairy, and a lot of people find it bad. They wax it, they do all sorts of stuff, and it's affecting the person. He did something like that, and I was like, how did this guy start down to talk about this thing? This is not something that is popular.
Ordinarily,
So the girl was telling the guy, look, why are you worrying yourself? Why are you hiding yourself? Why do you do all sorts of things that you want to do to just keep your identity by proving yourself to me? There's a lot of us. There's over 300 million or 1 billion or whatever billion of us like me. And you are unique. There's just a handful of you in the world. Why do you hide your identity? Do you get me? This thing doesn't only talk to that person, but it talks to a lot of people who are minority. Recently, I was in a group and I was told that some of my friend is a hermaphrodite.
Hermaphrodite.
I was like, hey, Ampa. And then they be say, share. or Pecornoa bet me a ginger. Hey, me guy. But you see, do you get it? So I was hoping that they will not just do the thing for the money's sake, but do it with the mindset that we are keeping the pace at a particular rate. Now I'm saddened. The reason why I'm studying is that the Akan movie industry is dying.
Yes,
and none of us can do anything.
That is what they have diverted.
That is not the solution. They should all know.
What do you mean?
Whether you should do Akan movie was so to you should do one back.
Don't generalize it to say MWBR. To them, it is helping them. They are making their money.
You are making coins now.
Oh. Who told
that's
you?
Do you know?
No, wait. If they are doing the movies, a director will come for them. Say, Roland, I'm going to shoot a movie. I'm giving you a 24-page script to come and do, say, 20 scenes in the movie. I'm paying you off this X amount of money. Say 3,000, say 5,000, come and do this. Now, he's running a skit. Maybe he owns his channel. If he's able to get good numbers, you think he is not gaining more than coming for a 20-page script? Oh,
that's I mean. So okay, so this is what a lot of people don't get. When I told people that, you see, when the Opera Square, Gollywood died, and the likes of Double D, Venus film, Diamond film are doing Rise, doing Dixie, doing so and so, and I say you are dead. They didn't understand me then. This is the same thing now. Then I write, I produce, and I direct, and I'm a production manager, depending which one. Depending on which one you acquired, you request my service. As a producer, I've employed as little as hairdresser. I've employed carpenter. I've employed the set designing faculty.
But what they are doing, they also employ the same people.
They don't.
What are you saying? No. Imagine they go to a barber shop to work there, to shoot a scene there. The barber shop will also be given something. If they go to a hairdresser, they don't do it alone. They do it with other people as well.
They have makeup artists on set.
Yes.
They have other props managers and.
No, don't see it to be only phones.
Some
and they are shooting it.
Phones and now they have.
No.
Like for instance, he.
No. Likey, you see. Likey as he does his production now. I won't lie to you. Among all of them, the one I really take time to watch his things is Likey. Not because of anything. One, he started this thing with a whole squad of boys, and the way the story comes, like you get where their direction is. And I'm saying, you see the way they've kept it like that. In my head, I feel like Likey will be able to sustain what he's doing in the skit world. Now somebody is jumping onto the skit like the way you've done the basic calculation. NOS do you get me? And I'm saying there are other ecosystems who are still maintaining their movie. Lin, I respect him for still keeping the series, the movie, and he's going to make his money. He shouldn't think that okay, me yes is me break a crana or be and share. No, put it on YouTube. The way on Nuba or short skits to me say if you think you are not making good numbers or the things is not working for you, come and see the likes of Chemo. They will let your 10 hours movie make money, and the people will be able to watch. That's what I mean. So
you are not for the skit?
No. I want Akobeto to still be the legend, like the way Richard Moveda Minjo, RMD, will be, and just visit the likes of Likey on set, do something for them. He's still being paid, he's still being appreciated, but he's still maintaining his lane. They still do their Yoruba film, their Yibo film, their Nollywood film.
Shabo, do you share the same opinion with Abbas or not?
Yeah, some of the issues, yes, by some no. I mean, if they are also coming in to do the skits, I think they go through the same process as doing the feature films. But now the thing is, in fact, most of them make it so unofficial. So Abbas will not be happy about that. That's I think that's where me and him will
they make it too unofficial.
Yes.
As in the production.
Yes, the production. Some even started with their phones, and then later they made more money, and then started using good cameras and all that. I've heard Likey, somebody talking about Likey's production before, and the guy said that he's shocked that thing that they are doing, and when he went on set, he saw them using the red cameras and all that, like for these skits that they are doing, and then he said that there was a mistake or something. They couldn't get the right gadget to do it, and he was then like, and then Likey told him, hey, we are doing proper production. Wow. You know, we have to wait for the right thing before we can continue. No, then the guy said that he was shocked, like, because he was
thinking that
for him this skate thing there, you can even use phone to do it, and he was like, he's a veteran actor, sat down for a while. Now he wants to come back. So going in there, he thought that it's that something that kind of thing. But he went there and he saw the way that they are doing the production and all that, and he was shocked because they were using even an advanced camera that even at the time that they were
shooting proper movies. Yeah, they were
not using. And in his case, like the Likey's case, he said that they were using more than one camera.
Wow!
Because the angles they get together,
for the skits?
Yes.
The 5 minutes?
Yes. They were using more than one camera. Even most of the movies that they used, like they used to do many years ago, the production, they were using one camera. But now the skits, they are using more than one camera, and not any ordinary camera, but the advanced one. Yes, that you can talk of. So I think some of them are approaching things with the professional standard, like they are doing the professional things, and then we will get the hungry ones. They will come in with their own thing. They will come in with their own thing, try and see whether it will work or not. But I think as and when they make money, they improve. So we should allow them. Now this is the platform. I agree with Abbas that some of them can still do the movie, like featured movie, proper movie, and even put it online and still make their money. But most of them are, as at now, they are afraid of that venture. Yeah. So they don't want to try it. That's why it's more like the skit thing now, more popular than even feature films. When you go on the Nigerians platform, most of them, they are still doing long, like movie. The featured movie, and then it's on YouTube. They put it there. But you hardly see Ghanaians doing featured movie and putting it on YouTube. But for Ghana, for the skit being infantil kind of thing. So I think, yes, I'll agree with Abbas that some of them should venture into doing their proper movie and putting it online. Just create a good platform, market it well, or even see some of us. We can help you push it. Okay. It's an investment that you have to do. I mean, Likey's and Co can even do that, because now you have made money doing the skits and doing that kind of thing. Use it to do featured movie, like proper movie, and let's see what will happen. You can even premiere them. After that, you put it online and you make your money. But I think now it's like everybody is focusing on the skit thing. Until say a hobby we need that's where I will agree with Abbas that no.
But if they are getting their value from there. Oh yeah, how about that? Because the skits are also making stars.
They are. A good example is when the Coco season thing that he did. He pumped in a lot of money, and he is now serializing it on YouTube. And obviously he will make his money. But all band there also person I remember when they asked him but you said you are going to put it on YouTube. Why are you pushing in so money? Like money that even a proper featured film may, you will not push such money in there. And then he said he just want to help the industry.
Yeah.
He couldn't say that, no, I can make my money here. That's why I'm doing it. But now he's putting it on YouTube, and when you see the numbers, obviously he will make his money back. At that time, I think he said he has pumped in about 100,000 Ghana cedi,
wow,
a billion OCD. But at this time, I think he has got his money back and even making profits and all that. So yeah, I think we should encourage them to diversify. Like they should do more than just everybody doing skits. I think they should do more. But the skit is making the money, so it's also difficult for them to try.
And now, do you know there are so many companies who are even relying on them to be advertising their stuff for them?
Yeah. Like
especially if you pay attention to these Nigerian skit makers. You watch all of them, and at the end of it, it was a commercial which was done in a disguised form.
Yes. That's content marketing.
Hide commercial, like product or service commercial, which was done in a disguised form, in a form of a skit. And they are making some good money from there as well.
Sure.
So
I think our people, they are improving. Like when you look at comedian Warriors, for instance, you can see that the guy, he's hungry for success.
You know, recently he went to Nigeria.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he went to Nigeria for some collaborations
and all that. I think he's really pushing, and I hope he gets there. Like he gets to the point that he wants to get to. Just that if you are doing it as an individual, it's more difficult than getting people behind you for you to do it. When you look at his skits, you can see that it will not involve more people in the production. He will not, and that I think it will make him. It will take time for him to break through if he is doing it alone. Instead of getting more people, getting more ideas, and coming out with more content. It will take time, but he is doing well. So we should just wish him good luck and encourage him to do more. Maybe he'll get his breakthrough.
Okay, Roland, you wrap up on that discussion, so we move on to our very last topic.
That's amazing. I must say I am very impressed with the level at which we've come, even with the skit making. Yes, everything grows and gains some form of importance with consistency. If you are consistent with it, definitely you are going to get whatever results that you are looking for. If you look at even the kind of content they are creating now, I think that they've grown. You know, it is exposure and the willingness to learn. If you are not ready to learn, you find yourself wanting, because day in, day out, the competition keeps growing, and you realize that it is not only, you are not the only person in the space. In fact, somebody would also be doing the same thing and might be doing better than you. So if you really want, and if you decide not to learn, the truth of the matter is the attention will shift to the other person who is giving them what they like. Aside the quality of the content, the storyline and how people can relate to it is also a key factor. When our people started clinging to this content, this skit thing, one of their problems was the content, that is the storyline, and how our people were able to relate to it. That was it. And you can clearly see that gradually they've improved, because now it got to a point almost all the skit makers in Ghana were doing something that concerned women with the big ass and women who had.
It was almost about women and sex. It was
almost about women and sex. That was the highest content they were creating. But now you can realize, you can see how.
But these are world demands, so.
Oh yes, they are world demands. Of course, but you know,
women, sex, money, alcohol.
But then sometimes what give other people that importance or that huge following is also how creative they are, even with other things that are happening in the society. So like what Abba said, it is not about women, it is not about money, it is not about sex and alcohol, but it is also about something that we can all relate in the society. And this will also renew somebody from the other side, and it is that. If you should also pay a critical look, you will realize that now most people are even particular about how they shoot their content. So you realize even the people who have good following now have been able to log their followers because of the kind of gadgets or how they even invest in the skits they do. Some people get money and you realize they start with shooting with phones and at a point
they upgrade.
We should learn to upgrade.
Now you see, the shooting it with phone, we should not be quick to condemn it. No. Because now the people have made the phones so much that you can do some of these things with them. Provided you do it professionally.
Exactly. That's what
like the iPhone 14. The iPhone 14 was made to shoot some of these things.
But some people can still get the same thing and will still not get the required results they want. That is it. It is not about shooting with phone, but it is about investing in what you are doing. So if you think that first you were shooting with iPhone 6s and now you can invest back to get an iPhone 14 to upgrade your quality, why not? Or if you think you are shooting with iPhone 14 or 13 now and you can afford to rent a red camera to give you a higher resolution or a higher quality, why not? After all, it is still the content that you are creating and it is the results that you want. So if you're able to invest, that is what will make you upgrade. I've been an ardent follower of somebody like Josh Too Funny from Nigeria. That guy is the one that usually does the auditioning type of comedy skit. And if you should check how he started, you go on his YouTube and you check how he started, you realize that actually the guy has improved. Even the set design, the people involved, and even the quality of the content that he puts out. You realize that everything has changed, and it is like that. So it is just about us, and I don't want us to quickly downplay the culture of skit making, because it is a wing of filmmaking. It is a wing of filmmaking, and at a particular point, one thing becomes the head and the other ones complement.
That's true.
Depending on how consistent the other wings of the industry become. So if at a point people who are known for making feature films are not consistent or are on break, and the people who are skit makers are consistent day in day out providing content, definitely they will come on top, and the people who are known for feature films will be complementing them. So at a point where the people who were into feature filmmaking were very giving content day in day out, skit making was on the low. It wasn't as if people were not doing skit making. If someone them started skit making, people didn't even have the notion. But right now, when you talk about skit making in Ghana, some people can even tell you that we copied from somebody else. You understand? But some people even had the idea of making skits
some years ago,
but it wasn't that popular here in our space. So it is like that. So if today people are venturing into skit making and it is giving them returns, why not? Just that we can only encourage the other wings of the filmmaking industry to also awaken it, so that at least it will make it huge. It will make it a complete package. Because now if skit makers are on top, and the other wings are down or are dead, it doesn't make any huge impact with the film industry. I believe it is one of the reasons why we even had some of these conversations not long ago about their impact even to the agenda that we are trying to make Ghana a tourism destination. So it is part of it. Even the skit makers mostly couldn't even contribute any meaningful content to add to whatever we were just trying to write. You understand? So it is part of it. So let's just encourage them and not downplay the culture of skit making, because it is also another way of selling our stuff.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, the very final one I want us to look at is an interview our own Derek Money recorded with music producer Fred Che Mensah. Now, according to Fred Che Mensah was actually advising a young musician, and that is where I want us to look at it from. Derek Money had sent his artist. What's the name of the artist? The young person.
Is he a lady?
Yeah, she's a lady. Oh, you guys don't know. Derek Money will be disappointed.
Money everywhere.
Derek Money will say that you guys don't want to support him.
No.
So
it need to be
No,
It's just in the system, so I mean.
No, but Derek Money will argue that these are my people and my artists, and nobody was able to get his name. This is a sabotage.
Put the artist's name on it.
No, he didn't. Even the next one card did not put the artist's name on it.
Even in his own post.
Yeah.
Just a quick one. What the notion I was sharing earlier on was just this one. That Ghana for you start check. When we start check,
everybody goes there. Yeah.
And you're buying domina, no, be a check, nine domina.
Send domina.
Wow, not check.
Not check. Before you do, not check as well.
Not before you do, not check.
Before catfish, not tilapia.
Okay. Okay, so in the advice coming from
Nami Africa.
Nami.
Like Nami one.
Oh, so some guy has been sending his name every day on the show.
Yeah, Nami Africa.
So that is the artist.
Yeah.
One guy been sending he sends a message and he'll go like, watch out for Mami Africa.
Nami
Africa.
Nami.
Yeah, Nami.
Nami Africa. Derek Money, so you found the name of your artist. If he had not, I'm sure he would say, sabotage. You guys are sabotaging. Money. Okay, so according to Fred Chemensa, and this is our last topic, we are wrapping up. According to Fred Chemensa, if you want to be a successful musician in Ghana, don't rap. That is what Fred Chemensa is saying. He cited some artists from Nigeria and said, you see the way they are flying? It is because they are singing. But you come to Ghana and you want to rap, you'll be a rapper with bars. Everybody will do bars. But for you to really get that breakthrough, you'll struggle. And he even said that now we should consider how Sarkodie is going. Though Sarkodie is rapping, he thinks Sarkodie is now doing some kind of singing and maybe sometimes employing singers or has toned down his rap. Should we take this as the gospel truth, or we should take it as something that is not really consistent with the system? Let's go watch the video, and video credits to Derek Money. And when I come back, I'll pick your views, some 4 minutes, then we wrap up. Our time is up.
People love to, because the trend, you know, American. And the Sarkodie, you know, could be. People love to, because the trend, you know, American. And the Sarkodie, you know, could be. Sarkodie was at the trend.
Yes.
And I mean, what?
Yeah.
Yes, because trend, you know, I could say. So he has to add value to what he's doing now. That's what the Nigerians have taken over. Nigeria for don't say no more. Catch me. And in a speedometer, he go keep passing now. Obsolete, you know. I don't kill a year for no, eh? Don't say that. Acquire a better boy, no money, why no. Man of whom, yes, Christian, what? I don't listen. Rap. People love to, because the trend, you know, American. And the Sarkodie, you know, could be. Sarkodie was at the trend.
Yes.
And I mean, what?
Yeah.
Yes, because trend, you know, I could say. So he has to add value to what he's doing now. That's what the Nigerians have taken over. Nigeria for don't say no more. Catch me. And in a speedometer, he go keep passing now. Obsolete, you know. I don't kill a year for no, eh? Don't say that. Acquire a better boy, no money, why no. Man of whom, yes, Christian, what? I don't listen. Rap.
Ro, I hear you've been given the baton to start the race. Should we agree with veteran music producer Fred Chemensa, aka Fredima?
This is a very open secret, and it is nothing. There's nothing revealing or any form of expose about what he said. It has always been the norm of the day.
So now you guys are killing all rappers in Ghana.
We are not killing rappers in Ghana.
But if you tell me if I rap, I will not get a breakthrough.
No.
What are you telling me?
No, Don't get it twisted.
Could you vibe papa send your rap? They say I want person mo kada channel.
Hold up.
Mon can you because you see almost make one video we then they also start getting heartbeats like hey. So now they're saying if you rap self.
So say rap na se chance and then say number catch up.
Rap as a Chinese sense.
They make African put. Yes, I know. The first I am more particular about rhythm. That's it. That's the mind is always tuned faster to rhythms and melodies. A constant. If you want to do music and capture minds quickly, it is rhythms and melodies. That's it. So anything that you would want to do it on rhythms and melodies, through rhythms and melodies. That's all. That's all. That's why people can just play how do you call it, instruments together, and people will just enjoy it. Jazz
without
words
on it
or anything.
And it's a music.
Yes, people will just enjoy it. The mind, like naturally, is designed like that. Anything that is based on melodies and rhythms and all that, the mind is quickly to grab it. But the words that you are saying, what makes it unique is the fact that the person listening can relate to it, the person has some form of connection to it, and you are able to blend with it through rhythms. That is what will make people pay attention more to you. Other than that, any other thing that you are saying is seen as normal, which is why rappers would want to employ rhyme schemes, metaphors, and all those literary devices to enrich whatever they are saying. So they will tell you something, but will employ rhyme schemes to create certain form of rhythm to whatever words that they are putting out to capture your attention. That's it. So Freche Mensah is not saying stop rap, but he's saying that in whatever words that you would want to put out in any form, make sure there is a rhythm and a melody to it.
I see. Abbas, we are wrapping up.
Yeah, Rasamin. You can't say, even as the Sarkodie and the cool. You should know that this guy, Better Boy, also didn't start as a singer. He was part to a rhyming.
So now you are coming home.
You
are going to work for the Divine saying no.
No, I'm saying he also started in the same vein. That's why, like he said, what he's saying is not like a secret to be a share. If you are doing this business, you should know that thing by now. Then probably you are not in that space. And there's no way. We all see it everywhere, both here and abroad. We see people, rappers, pair along with singers and all that stuff, and also employ certain rhythms into their thing. Manifest cannot tell me that it will stand solely and do. Then what did the pastor do? I was saying you are doing prayer tongues. Even tongues crying on the crowd to me, so that
that's why there are more singers in the system than rappers.
Strong man banner. Me catch up your DBS and mean teaching. But there are words are can't because tree Bible and a tree dictionary. And the Satan na me tie you many year. No me say hey they get away no. I can't say more number back. Oh no, now I can't say what tree do. You get it? Then I'll go back. Then I'll go and look at it. I'll go back. Like what to me far manifesting you. What to me the 2 months. Tea manifesting you because every port we are no pause here. Never call tea. Never say tea port no the I call we dey no drink no pause no continue. It's a bit more rapper now. I call we wasting my time on the cartoon no man can why. You get me? So it's not like any secret be a maybe new rapper here, you know. And anytime I work with him, I made him know. Obra for me started here. You can't say it's a piece no obra for me by and then a rap on then there was a way I'm communicating. Nina Kika at the end of it. And that is what makes you. I don't think we have any other category for rappers. They are all musicians or artists or performing artists.
But he is talking about what catches on with the people. What has appeal?
Because you are playing with the minds of the people. You want to communicate with the people. So you always want to communicate with the people with something that draws their attention. So even if oh you are the fastest rapper, you are delivering all those lines also on certain punch. You think kind of punch, you know. Because I was and rhyming and I'm afraid you got another called quacker. In fact, now it's about the uncount. You get it? So all those things come with certain rhythm, and he's supposed to be able to communicate with the people, and it gets to them. So yeah, too much of a secret. But what we also want to employ the rappers is that to say they can't band the same with musicians. They can also do something with the bands. They can do something collaborative work. And I think as a system and say understanding the split sheet in India, man. We won't be scared. Say, oh, me as a rapper, I'm calling the music a singer to come on board and let's do something together. All of us as a musician and all those stuff. But we be say person come there now, per DB or baby no, and a lot of us also entangle ourselves. What stops you become a singer today, a ragga person tomorrow, and a this thing tomorrow? Me most of the time when I listen to Kofi Kinata, I always call him a gospel artist. But the Kofi Kinata I know from Kwe. Yebeka say Abofra Kitwa Kofi Kinata. He's a rapper. Yes, Kofi Kinata was a rapper.
A fancy rap boy.
He get to this thing and I grade, they turn him into a singer. He get to a level when the father taught sense into him. He's a gospel artist for me. To me, be on the Fred Christ in Inyama, now me soaking no with conscious mind. I go to Kofi Kinata because in Niama or can be better too. The same Bible or the Shinabu buy or no the same ship no the Shinabu buy or no the Bible buy. The same many power schedule labia only will bomb pie or Masalachino. Or no one knows how Charlie Watty or Masalachino.
I see. Jamu, let's wrap up on that note.
I think
Freddie Ma,
yeah, Freddie Ma, okay. Yeah, this is not a secret. We all know it, but I don't. How do I put it? I think it's seasonal. It's the era where you are will determine what is in vogue and what a lot of people will jump on. And it will help some people, it will not help others. And I think maybe Fred Che Mensah wants the kid to go with what you are likely going to succeed, or where the competition may not be, like people may not demand a lot from you when you are doing it, when you are singing, when you are rapping. You have to do more than just saying things.
Be super conscious.
You have to, the things that you are saying, how you are saying it, your style, the punchlines in it, there are a whole lot of things that you have to be perfect. Like you can't miss certain things and call yourself a successful rapper. That's where the thing is. Because me, if we just generalize it, I will argue that in Ghana here, one of our topmost musicians or people who are on top, one of them, he's a rapper. So why not? You too, you can come out and be the topmost musician and you'll be a rapper. Yes, but that's like 20% likely to happen. There's 80% when you sing, you are likely to be a topmost singer. Yeah. So why will you go for the 20% but not the 80%?
Why would you go for the hard one?
Yes, that's where I will agree with Freddie Ma. But to say that just if you are a rapper, well, everybody is turning to be a singer, so you to become a singer, no, I will disagree. Unless you say that it will be harder for you to succeed as a rapper rather than a singer. So go for the simplest one, or where you are likely to succeed. Then I will agree with him, because throughout history, it was based on even the technology was detecting what people want, especially in the 1930s after gramophone came out. Before gramophone, it was for the opera singers. They were the one making money. Like everybody was for the opera singers. But gramophone came and they are going to play it at home at their own comfort. They wanted something cool instead of say Ubabe KK Yasu. And then they went in for the jazz. The jazz was also infusing all kinds of instruments, but it's cool. So with your gramophone and then jazz now also keep like you are relaxed. So the technology was detecting what people love or what was going on. Until some people also improved the gramophone. Then we got to the cassette era and stuff. Now the recording is so audible, clean and everything. People want something popular music. What is trending? Let's use it to make a song. And then the pop music came in. Pop means popular. The popular song, the popular culture. That was what was invoked then. In fact, some people employ the services of writers to write pop music so that people will just enjoy what is trending. So I think the technology bit is part of it. The era and the technology will detect what people love, and most people will go for it. So right now, as we are in, it's about singing in an Afrobeat style. That's what is in vogue. The Nigerians all over the place, all over the world, because of that style. So it may deceive Freddie Chambers and say that no, if you sing, you because of that. And then he was giving an example of such things. And yes, that's what is in vogue now. But it may get to a point that rap will be the thing. Because of the technology that will be available then. We can't predict that. But we may get a technology that will suit rap music. Like, so the rap music will become the thing. Like, everybody will be rapping. Or most people will be rapping. So the same thing now, Afrobeat is the thing. The sound Afrobeat is what a lot of people are like loving. So if you sing, you stand a better chance than rapping. One thing that I loved about this guy, Yapuno, I saw him rapping to a blast band. They were playing that blast band thing, and the Yapuno was rapping alongside Charlie Ekume. Wow!
Was it on a stage?
No, it was like freestyle thing.
Okay.
They were playing somewhere, and he was just standing there, and it was amateur video, not like a proper video. Yes, they were doing their blast band thing. I think he got there and he said, "Okay, let me just flow something." As they say, "My man says so." And when I was said so, like I was etching me, and if the way he did it, and then it caught fire like viral, before you realize, rappers and then the blast band will be the thing. Especially if they can capture it in a technological form, like in a way that people can easily get access to. It will be the thing. So it's the thing that the current situations and how people are moving towards things will determine which one will go. But I will agree with him that the season that we are in now is the Afrobeat style, and singing will do the magic for you.
I see. All right, so Mami Africa, Nami Africa. According to your uncles, the advice from the veteran producer is okay to keep you going. So be smart, learn from it, apply it, and let's see what happens. On this note, I want to say a big thank you to you for being a part of today's show. I know it has been awesome as usual. Thanks to Intimdo Solomon at the extreme end, and Abbas in the middle, Roland Amate at my immediate left, and to the producers of the show, Digital Rasta Currency, who is on camera, Richie Flex, editor director of the show, Emmanuel Foyla, PG producer, and Gideon Neelam Tessin as the creative director. Thanks for watching. Thanks for putting in your comments without attacking anybody. But if you still want to attack, follow the community guidelines. My name is Sammy Flex. Subscribe to us and let's do some more. Tomorrow, 9 a.m., more content here on this channel. You love it. We are out of here.